Hey, good day, Quakers. It's Mr. Richter and my sidekick Abu, and we're here to talk to you about PSAs, or public service announcements, and that's the assignment of the week, or the assignment for the next 2 weeks. So, public service announcements, for a little background, they're always, historically, have been either 30 seconds or 60 seconds long, basically like a commercial, and just like a commercial, you're trying to persuade your audience to do something, and with public service announcements, you're trying to persuade them to do something that's good for them. So the first thing you want to do as your group is decide, you guys are going to go for a 30-second or 60-second, and you're going to decide what topic you want to address in your public service announcement. And since you only have 30 or 60 seconds, you don't want to pick on something that's too big. You want to be really focused in on a topic, and then you want to focus it a little further and pick a target audience. Are you trying to persuade old people to do something? You're trying to persuade middle schoolers, or whatever it is. That will help you develop your short story or your message. Just an example, let's say I wanted to do a public service announcement. I wanted to use my friend Abu here. I might choose a topic that's near and dear to my heart, like the importance of drinking water every day, and just water. So I've got like a water dish here for a dog, and as you know, most dogs, all they drink is water because they're animals, and we're animals too. So why do we drink anything else other than water? So that might be part of my public service announcement. So what I would do is I'd go out and do some research first, try to find some facts, find some more information. Some of the information, like maybe that the human body is made up of like 85% water or whatever it is. Some of that information may end up in my video, and some of it may just be good for me to know to kind of help develop my message. So that's the one step. Once you pick your topic, do some research on it, find some more information, and as you do that, ideas will start to come up with how can you present this. And a little more background on PSAs. Back maybe 20 years ago, 25 years ago, in public service announcements, there's a trend to try to scare kids into changing their behavior. And like a great example is don't drink and drive. And then you'd see these horrific accidents, and you'd hear the stories about how so-and-so's friend didn't make it to the prom this year because they got in a car accident, and you try to scare the kids into not drinking. And what we found now, though, as you guys have gotten a lot more media savvy, the scare tactics really don't work anymore. You just basically, they've been overkilled. You've been inundated with so much of that, it doesn't really have an effect. So what they're finding now with most topics, especially with like alcohol, I know this for sure, that in any given group of say about 10 teenagers, if you get 10 of them together, you're going to have about 1 or 2, 20% or so of the kids who are just like hardcore. They're going to drink no matter what Friday night. That's all they're focused on. And it doesn't really matter what you try to say to them, they're not going to change. And at the other end of the spectrum, you're going to have about 20% of the kids who, no matter what you do, no matter what the situation, they're not going to drink. It's just like totally, they're not going to do it. So you can't really influence them. So it's those 6 kids or so in the middle that, depending on the situation, depending on the circumstances, they may go one way or they may go the other. And that's the kids that you're trying to influence. And the best thing that works for them is, you need to connect them, you need to entertain them to a certain extent so that they are interested in your video. So it can't just be like all super boring with facts. Got to kind of grab their attention. And then usually you want to try to persuade them with maybe more of a soft sell. You don't want to like get in their face. It's like, if you do this, if you don't drink water, you're going to die. That kind of stuff is like scare tactics won't work. So that's kind of a little bit of advice for you as you think about it. Is come up with your topic, come up with your target audience, and then do some research on your issue to develop some facts that you can incorporate in some way into your video. And then the overall video should be targeted to that kind of middle group, and you're not doing anything too extreme. And depending on your topic, trying to fit a little humor into it is always good. It's entertaining, and that'll get people to watch it and send it to other people. And that's the last thing is with this project, you guys, we have the advantage now of YouTube. So if we do a good video, people can watch us anytime they want. So it can catch on, and you can get that viral spread, where so-and-so puts it on their Facebook page, and then they spread it to somebody else, and so on, and it just spreads around. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. And then we know there's that one group of people that are doing the Be Somebody campaign, where they're doing a little bit of a longer story. So if you're interested in that, talk to me, and we'll tell you more about that. You could do both. You could do a 30-second spot, and you could also do the Be Somebody campaign, where you go into develop a little bit more of a story around that. So hopefully this gets you started. Get going, get your brainstorming going, and then Get your storyboard going before you go out and shoot. Get the storyboard and have the discipline to do that, to do the video right. Talk to you later. Say goodbye, Boo.